in East Pakistan from its move to West Pakistan and then in the 71 war. So what was your experience?
My experience, well, we moved to West Pakistan and then we were immediately moved to laying minefields.
The triple minefield in Shakargarh.
We did minefield laying in Zafarwal, Shakargarh, Dhamtal, Narowal, Raiya Khas.
And what about the experience in the 71 war, when the war started?
This was about 2 months before the war. After laying minefields, in mid-November we were moved to Chakjumra, where we were asked to do training for bridging. We did bridge training and moved to Arifwala on 3rd December to participate in the operation of 2 corps. And my battalion was supposed to make 2 bridges, one at Jalwala and one at Gulabali. Gulabali was in Hakra branch and Jalwala was in Eastern Siddiqui branch. But we were never given order to move to this site. And on 15th of December, when the war finished, we stayed in Arifwala. There was no operation.
So what was your experience of dealing with the 1st Armored Division and 7th Division?
When I went to one Ahmad Dev, they were in a forest in
Pirowal, Khanewal.
Near Khanewal. General Jahaze was the commander and K.M. Arif was Colonel Staff and Colonel Kallu was the G1. So I told them the site where I was going to make the bridge. So they noted it, but did not express any great interest. And then I went to Arifwala to Commander 7 Day, General Akram. His Colonel Staff was Colonel Dar and Sufi was Jeevan. I told them that we are going to lay a bridge upstream of the headworks at Jalwala. So they also noted it, but did not ask many questions. But General Sharafi Alam was commanding the Raki Regiment.
12 Cavalry.
He was not very sure that the site we have selected was tank worthy. And he said, okay, I want to be across the obstacle, not on the side of the obstacle. And we should concentrate more on the approach to the bridge site. But approach to bridge site was not the 6th Engineer Battalion. 6th Engineer Battalion was to make 2 bridges, one at Jalwala and one at Gulabali. Jalwala is very close to the Indian border, about I think 1,000 meters, and so is Gulabali.
So your impression was that nobody was really interested in this so-called counter-offensive, the impression you got?
My impression was that nobody seems to be so keen nobody was, except Rafi Alam, who was very keen about the crossing, whether it is suitable or not. Others just accepted this is okay. Probably they, I don't know whether they were sure that the operation will take place or not, I don't know.
So, what was your assessment if this operation had been initiated? What was the likely outcome, the possible, in retrospect?
Because the obstacles were within Pakistan, we could have gone across the obstacles. Although there is some big problem in the operation also, because the canal which Ahmadi was to cross, they had to stop the water and put sleepers in it,
Okay, railway sleepers.
railway sleepers. And Ahmadi had to come by train from Harunabad, and then in approaching they had to cross a railway line also. And this obstacle where they would lay the sleepers. So it was quite a risky thing, but the Ahmad, I think, thought it's okay. But it was a very risky thing to cross Malik Branch with sleepers in it, because they would have closed Jalwala one day before, and still there will be some water coming into Malik Branch. Probably the better thing would have been further south. Bunga was a better site.
No, but what is your assessment about the likely outcome if this operation had been launched? Would it have saved East Pakistan or not? What was your assessment? Because
No. It had nothing to do with East Pakistan. It was just to probably put some dent on the Indian army. It had nothing to do with East Pakistan. East Pakistan was a lost cause because there were very few troops in East Pakistan, and Indian had overwhelming majority. They had complete air superiority, and the army was in fortress. They could not move in the day. At night they could not move. So that was a lost cause. So East Pakistan, this operation would not have mattered at all for East Pakistan.
And what were your impressions regarding the East Pakistan? What was the prevailing mindset at that time when army action took place, and after that, what was the mindset of the officers? What they had, in mind, if war starts, what is going to happen? What was the mindset?
Well, they were so much away from Pakistan, and the army had no artillery, no tanks. They had no proper supply line. They didn't have any air support. They had a small squadron of F-86, which everybody knew could not last more than 1 or 2 days. It was a lost cause. And at this time, Americans were withdrawing from Vietnam. When such a large country like America could not fight in Vietnam, I don't know why we were in East Pakistan. The best thing was to find some kind of political solution and either make a confederation or leave East Pakistan, because the army was completely unable to do anything, because Indian army was complete superiority and we had nothing. Actually, army concept was to fight in fortresses. If you are in fortresses, then they could just maneuver anywhere. Fortress means you have fortress at Rajshahi, a fortress at Bogra, fortress at Rangpur. In between thing would be, there would be nothing. Therefore, the fighting only took place at 1 or 2 places at Heli, there was a fight, and I think in Member Singh. Otherwise, the Indians just came in because there was no army. Army were in fortresses.
And what were your impressions about your General Officer Commanding General Nazar Hussain Shah? What was your impression and how did you see him, in East Pakistan?
He was a good officer, but I mean, he also knew that nothing can be done.
He was very clear.
It is very clear that we can't do anything. Actually, in April, when General Hamid came, then he was told that army has done its job. Now there should be something political maneuvering. Army cannot go on ruling East Pakistan. You have to have some political settlement. But I think it was not realized.
And what were your impressions regarding I think General Qazi was commanding 14th Division or?
Qazi was commanding 14th Division. I didn't know him much, but I think he used to try to. There was an American officer in Vietnam who used to fire from a helicopter. So I think General Qazi Majid, I heard, was also fond of doing this kind of things.
And what were your impressions regarding Colonel Raja Sultan Mahmud? Because you were his class fellow right from Gordon College in East Pakistan.
Raja Sultan Mahmud was a very courageous man, and General Qazi Majid, I don't know why he was against him. He asked him to undertake an operation, and Mahmud told him some problems. So Qazi sacked him. Later on, Colonel Mahmud came to Bogra,
16th Division.
to 16th Division,
32 Baluch.
and 32 Blues. 32 Blues or 8 Blues, I think.
No, 32 Baluch. 8 Baluch was different.
And he was unlucky. He was killed in an ambush. He was probably not supported by anybody. He died.
And he was not given any gallantry award also.
He was not given any gallantry award.